Hi, this is Case Spivey, and today I'm going to teach you how to get started with NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month and runs through the month of November. As it's gained a lot more traction among writers over the years, you've probably heard of it by now. This video is going to help you get started and give you an overview of what to expect for your first National Novel Writing Month. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to nanowrimo.org and sign up. You don't have to use a pen name or anything like that. You don't have to create a whole new identity. If you have a username you use elsewhere online, that'll work fine. Don't stress about it too much. You'll have to verify your account through email, but that's pretty standard these days, so don't worry about that either. I'm going to just go ahead and sign in because I already have an account. Okay, so once you've signed up and logged in, it'll open up on this dashboard. From here, there's a lot of resources you can use, motivational tools, way to track your progress. So let's get into those. First thing up is it has a little bit about your novel. I've already put in some information, so that is why that is there. It also has badges. This one's for filling out your author profile. This one is for joining a region, which we'll go into. This is for having writing buddies. This is for using the threads, and a lot of these will pop up as you go through the month. They also have their affiliate links with Camp NaNoWriMo and the Young Writers Program, and donation bars. You can see people have donated already, but let's just go through the tabs. So the first one, dashboard, that's where we are. It'll just take you back here. Author info is the first one you're going to want to go and fill out. Give yourself a little author bio. This is my page. I'm SK Suncloud if you want to follow me. It shows how many years I've been doing NaNoWriMo. If this is your first year, it's just going to have the little 18 over here. And most of this is going to be blank. You can go in and edit, give yourself a fact sheet, say how old you are, hobbies, all of that. It has a link to my website. Next tab over is novel. So you're going to want to go in and edit your novel for this year. Give it a title. It can just be a working title. You can even do WIP. That's fine. Give yourself a genre. If you happen to have a cover already, a short synopsis so that people looking at your profile can find out what your story is about, and then once you've started writing, you can put a little excerpt, something you're really proud about. It doesn't have to be like the first chapter or anything like that, but if you write a really good section, usually that's what I'll put up here. So next tab over is badges, personal achievement badges. I'd say wait until NaNoWriMo is kind of going and you're starting to get a little frustrated with your novel, and then do this as kind of a pick-me-up. Give yourself applicable personal achievement badges. You just click the little box over here and it'll show up on the front page. Writing buddies, like I said, go ahead and add me as a writing buddy. That's totally fine, but this is where you'll find other people who are your writing buddies. It'll show their word count. I find this really motivational to see what other people are writing, how many words they have, and kind of see if you're in the top 5 of your friends or something like that. I love doing that. I'm kind of competitive. It also shows who you're a buddy of. I figure if I'm following them, it's more important than if they're following me, so I don't usually use this one. Goal trackers, if you want to set yourself a goal other than 50,000 words, since NaNoWriMo, the goal is to write 50,000 words in the month of November. If you want to write slightly more, slightly less, this is where you can create a personalized goal. And then here's the stats tab. And once NaNoWriMo starts up, this is going to be the most important tab for you. This is going to have your stats for the day, how many words you have inputted today, and it also shows a graph. It shows how many words you should reach each day in order to get to the 50,000 cleanly at the end of the month. You can do more, you can do less, but this is giving you a guideline for exactly how many you'd need to get there nice and evenly. And then as you put in the stats each day, it's going to tell you how many more you need, that you're ahead, that you're behind, just to kind of keep you on track. It also has, once you have a home region set, it'll show your home region and how many words your region has. So let's skip on over. Oh, here, one other thing. Go to account settings. You're going to want to do two things. You're going to want to make sure that your time zone is set so that right at midnight when November starts, and then also midnight accurately for your region when it ends. You're going to want to have the correct time zone because you can't input words before the 1st, and you can't input them after the 30th. So make sure you do that. This is also where you change your profile picture and things like that. And then also your email preferences. Go through and choose email preferences that make the most sense to you. If you want emails about Camp NaNoWriMo, about NaNoWriMo, if you want newsletter, all of that, just make sure that you input all of that. You're going to get it in your own personal inbox anyway, but that's what's going to come to your email address. So next thing you're going to do is region. So I already have a home region set. I'm in the Seattle area, so that is where my home region is, and it brings you here, and there's a regional forum that you can participate in, as well as they'll keep up their events here. But the first thing you're going to want to do is find a region. So go ahead and be as accurate as possible. Sometimes you have to go to a bigger area, like Seattle is a really wide region. Let's say maybe you're from Vancouver. So then it'll show Vancouver, Canada, or Vancouver, Washington. You would join that region, and then once you're there, you're going to set it as your home region. Right here, I could switch. Spokane used to be my home region. I still follow them, so I have 2 regions listed over here. So I could switch and make this my home region, but right now Seattle is where I am, so that's why that's my home region. Next tab over is inspiration. This is a lot of just kind of get you in the mood things. NaNoWriMo Prep, this shows kind of what's going on in the community, their events. They have word count helpers. Those aren't showing up yet. They have banners that you can use. Those are really cute. After NaNoWriMo, they have the Now What months, things like that. So that's just a fun tab to kind of browse through. This is going to be the most important one, though, the conversation tab. Forums are invaluable. People doing NaNoWriMo are so helpful. So there's a bunch of different forums you can go to if you're kind of stuck. It's a good way to start to get to know people in the community. The reference desk is one I like to go to. Plot doctoring, writing 101, just kind of craft and world building ones. There's also just fun places to kind of hang out, people who are in the same boat as you. There's so many different polls, especially the genre specific ones. For example, I'm in the fantasy genre, so you can go in and see what people are talking about in the fantasy genre. You can ask questions, you can join in on a conversation. It's a good way to make friends and to kind of get you out of a writing slump, get you inspired, get you some help, and make friends. It's just really a great resource. And then once you are watching some threads, once you've said something in some of them, then they'll pop up. I actually made this thread, the Not the Chosen One thread. And as you can see, people have been responding to it. Some conversations have been had. It's pretty fun to see what other people's viewpoints are. I would say definitely make sure you are respectful of other people. Kindness is a virtue. We're all just writers trying to have a good time. The moderators are pretty good on NaNoWriMo. You're not going to have rampant trolls anywhere, but just be respectful of one another. If you have something that you think can help contribute to the conversation or help a person out, go ahead and share that, but maybe don't go through and try and trash somebody for their opinion. Try and keep everything really respectful. There's also a shop, there's merchandise. NaNoWriMo has got some swag if you're interested in some of that. They have some really cool stuff. It changes every year. Like, for example, this shirt is super cute. They didn't have that last year. Just mugs, shirts, fun writing stuff. There are some different books. Chris Beatty is the one who started NaNoWriMo, so this is his book. Just a lot of fun stuff if you're interested in getting yourself some swag for getting you inspired. And of course there's a donate link. Yeah, that's kind of the overview. There's also over here is the inbox. As you can see, I haven't deleted much of my inbox. I should probably go through and clear it out. This is where pep talks will come in and things like that. Just check in on your inbox every now and then. Also in this top bar, you're going to get a little, once NaNoWriMo starts, there's going to be a little space that you can input your word count easily. So even if you're on the dashboard, if you just log in, there'll be a little extra box and you can just input your daily word count. Just make sure you keep up with that. Every time you finish a writing session, go ahead and update that, and then it'll show in your graph. Remember, when you go back over to your author page and you go to stats, if you keep your word count updated, it'll show on this graph. So make sure that you do that. Yeah, hopefully that helps you out some with just navigating the website and getting started with NaNoWriMo. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments section down below. I'd be happy to do more videos kind of talking about what to expect with NaNoWriMo. I'd be happy to be writing buddies with you, so go ahead and add me. Go ahead, get started. Don't be scared. NaNoWriMo is going to be a lot of fun this year. It's always a lot of fun. 50,000 words in a month seems daunting, but once you get into the swing of it, it's really good practice. This video is going up early October, and October is really a planning month, so make sure that you fill out as much of the information on here as possible during this month so you can really focus on the writing next month. Yeah, I guess that just about does it. Go ahead and leave me a comment and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!